Good morning. Hi. Good morning. So many people, look.
What's your name?
You got a people.
Hey, Barry.
Yeah, you got a person. And all you are little people.
Yes. I got the person.
I love your Paw Patrol mask. How about you? So pretty.
I got the person.
Everybody good?
In the school.
Everybody yeah?
That's you perfect.
Yeah.
There's some crazy good masks here. I love these masks.
I think a tank, and he like a tank.
It's on your mask.
Súbete la máscara un poquito. Muy bien.
Wow.
I'm so glad to hear it.
Ooh, who's that? Elsa, Anna, Cinderella, which one? Oh, Belle, I got it wrong.
I got Anna.
Oh.
How's the school year?
Oh, yeah?
And you guys put the tank truck. Wow.
This is one of the most stylish classes I've seen
I was
in a
going to say
while
the same
here.
thing, not just the masks, but everyone's rocking.
Well, it's picture day, Governor. So,
Oh, is that right?
so if you like a school picture, you've showed up on the right day with the pinstripes.
That's it. That is the answer. How are you, ma'am?
Fine, thank you.
Nice to see you all. What a great group and what a great classroom.
You're awesome.
Really impressive. What are you teaching today? What are we doing?
Today we are talking about the different families, and we talked about our own families, and we listened to a song, and now we are reading a book.
A
about
book?
families. Yes, we are reading a
I
book.
love that.
And I play it in this. I have a sister.
Okay.
You have a sister?
So these are all your families?
Not all of them,
Okay.
but we
This
have
is
some.
Raven.
Okay, you got 10 of you, right?
Yes, 10 students.
Is everybody here today?
Yes, everybody's here
Excellent.
today.
For picture day, right?
And every day, everybody's here every day.
Excellent.
Who loves school?
Me. I got school.
You love school?
I go Thursday, Saturday.
I gotta get down my altitude here.
Enjoy.
Now I'm down near you, man, right?
Thursday. No.
You what?
When I get start Saturday, I play truck, and Saturday, Monday, I go in the snow.
Excellent.
The snow already with this heat?
That defines climate change.
Is there snow outside today? No. What's shining? What's shining real big? I'm good.
Sunny.
I might break the chair.
I doubt
What's
it.
shining real
Sunny
big?
there.
Yes, the sun.
The sun is out.
When he changed it, and I say sunny.
Oh. How about you?
Is that Minnie Mouse I see on your head?
Yeah, that's
And Mickey?
Bella.
Did you get Cinderella?
No, it's Belle.
Oh, Bella.
I guessed every princess and I
No,
got it
Mr.
wrong.
Ah, okay.
Bella.
Ooh,
And this one is another person.
What's your favorite
I
color?
love that.
Blue.
Well, nice to meet you all.
Very nice to meet you, yes.
We wish you a great school year. Thanks for letting us come in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we all wave and say thank you?
Thank you. Thank you.
And we're going to see you in a few minutes, right?
Yes, yes.
Thank you for having us, everybody.
Thank you so much for
My
visiting
hat's off to
us.
you.
Hey, Gord.
Good to see
Bye,
you again, sir.
everyone.
Can we say bye?
Hi, guys.
This is soon to be Senator Johnson here.
Hi guys, how we doing? Everyone's doing well?
Excellent.
All right.
See you, folks.
Nice meeting you, bye.
You know, I'll follow you. You good?
Excuse me. Yes, please. Oh, thank you.
Yes.
One more room?
Good morning. What a pleasure.
How you doing?
I'm well. Thank you so much. I am busy, but well. Yes.
You started getting better. No, that's not true. You're doing busy art, I guess.
Yes, but it's the love, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Here for 16 years.
Which love?
Is this also for you?
Right?
Well, it's easy. We'd need you,
Right, you wouldn't need me.
All right, folks, say hello for a minute. Hello. Say hi to our friend, Governor Murphy.
Oh, look at
Hi, everyone. Hi, may I fist bump?
Hi.
Thank you. Good morning.
this. How old are you?
What? Good morning. May I give a fist bump?
¿Cuántos años tú tienes?
Soft.
Dile cuántos años tú tienes.
May I have a fist bump?
ladies.
How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you. How's everyone doing here?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good? So what do we got? Six students?
Yes, today 6 hours.
What's the normal?
Usually 17.
Okay, great. Thanks for letting us come in for it.
Thank you. Pleasure.
What's that?
What's that?
That's your family?
Is she okay?
Yeah. And who's in your family?
Yeah, you're okay, right?
And where are you?
Very nice.
Is your name Jacob?
Who's in
It's
your
all right.
family? And Nico too. Is Nico your brother?
You were like outside, like by your mountains, right?
It's nice to meet you.
Hello, sweetie.
Thank you.
You are? Hi.
Oh, this is your family? Is that you?
I don't see drawing here.
Is that you?
It's very lovely.
Who's this?
Beautiful.
That's your sister?
Oh, and who's Kristen?
Uh-huh.
Your daddy.
Oh, and this is mommy?
You're in
Mommy
love with
and you? Oh
Jacob.
my goodness, what a beautiful picture. Thank you
I
for
love that
sharing.
family.
And who's in your picture?
And you're Anaya?
Who's in the picture?
I love that name. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Hello, Lucas. How are you, buddy? Oh, what a nice looking
What a
family.
wonderful picture.
Is this your
Thanks
family?
for sharing.
Come on
Hi,
down.
Casey.
May I?
How are you? Having a good day at school?
Good job, Jacob.
Okay, that's you, right? Is that you? This is Nico? It's Mom.
Oh, wow.
Great looking family.
And that's your family, Casey? That's awesome. You're taking your picture
Hello,
today?
Joshua.
Yeah, 'cause your hair looks lovely.
Good.
Okay.
I've got a son named Joshua.
Special, Joshua.
Nice looking family here.
Joshua, tell them who's in your family.
Who's the one up here? Yeah? Nice meeting you. I love that. What a nice letter. Where was that picture taken?
Who's bored?
Oh, it's the best
Yeah.
day.
How are you? Are you
The best.
How old are you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, but it's like,
Looks like you're between two streets.
Very cool picture. People say it's
I
very
know, I
quickly.
know.
Yes?
Looks good. I like that. Check out. Nice to meet you again.
Don't get up, I'm creeping behind you.
This is Casey. How are you, Casey?
Great picture.
Nice to meet you.
Great picture.
Yeah, look at your family. Is
Oh, who's in your family? Who's that?
that your dad? Yeah?
Excuse me, who's that?
I love that.
Poppy and Mommy. Very
Love that.
nice. Wow, you tell them I said hi?
Bless you.
You met a friend who said
Very
hi?
nice family.
Okay?
I love that.
Thank you. Okay?
Family day here.
Yeah.
I love this. Thanks for letting us come by and say hi.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for coming.
Who's this? How are you? Jacob, how are you, buddy? How are you, Casey?
Thank you very much. Mommy?
Nice to meet you, Jacob.
Great. That's a very nice picture.
Wonderful.
Folks, if you follow us, we can go into the, thank you guys.
Sorry? All right, Carmen, you guys can head back over.
Big day for the home team, right?
You can take it down.
Everyone can take their seats, please.
Okay. Good morning. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Chris Chung, Mayor of Palisades Park. Governor Murphy and all the distinguished guests, we welcome you back to Palisades Park and to the Early Childhood Center. Governor Murphy, I would like to say thank you for your great leadership during these unprecedented times. Residents of Palisades Park and I thank you for all you've done, guiding us through these difficult times. Our Governor Murphy is a champion for education and has time and time again shown his commitment to the principles that through education, anything is possible. Whether it comes to helping make STEM a more prominent part of high school curriculums, or helping adults continue their education through programs that work around their work schedules, or helping community colleges become more affordable and accessible to those with limited means. Governor Murphy truly has our backs. And when it comes to our children and their education, like with what is taking place today, right here and right now in Palisades Park, our governor has shown us once again that he is committed to the principles that anything is possible through our investment in education. Thank you for being here with us. At this time, I'd like to invite our Miss Chesmadia to say a few words. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Vera Chismaria, and this is my 5th year as an integrated preschool teacher here at the Dr. Charles R. Smith Jr. Early Childhood Center in Palisades Park. From my first day as a pre-K teacher here in Palisades Park, I felt comfortable being who I am. We celebrate diversity in this district, and our families know that their children are supported regardless of skill level or life circumstance. By providing a free and high-quality education for preschool-aged children, we can support the community's most deserving families. Each and every day, I see the impact that our program can have on children. Many of our students come to school with an empty stomach. They have no access to books or other resources in their homes and lack educational support at home because parents work multiple jobs to provide for their families. I know what a year in preschool means for these children. While in preschool, our youngest students learn how to have meaningful and positive interactions with their peers and educators. They learn about various topics through hands-on experiences and experimentation, and they expand their vocabularies. They visit the library and meet with community helpers, such as the local police department and firefighters. Above all else, they have lots of fun. At the end of each school year, I feel confident that my students are ready for kindergarten and the long educational journey that awaits them. It always makes me happy to see how excited my students are to learn more about the world around them. I am also the mother of two beautiful girls who have both attended public preschools provided by the town where they grew up. Being an immigrant from Hungary, I encouraged my children to speak Hungarian in their early years, so they started their educational journey as English language learners. Research shows the undoubtful benefits of preschool education, and I have experienced these benefits through the development of my own children and the children I teach. Without state-funded pre-K programs like the one here in Palisades Park, many of our families would not be able to afford to send their children to preschool. Without this grant, these students could struggle later on to catch up with the rigorous curriculum that is required by the district. Without this grant, our students' futures would not be nearly as bright as they are today. Thank you, Governor Murphy, for awarding the preschool expansion grant to the Palisades Park community and for your vision to expand the pre-K to teach children across our state. I am beyond excited to see how this opportunity will positively impact our families in the future and put our youngest learners on the path of success. Now it is with my great pleasure to introduce the Governor of New Jersey, Phil Murphy.
Thank you so much. Vera, thank you. I enjoyed seeing you in the classroom as well with your precious 4-year-olds. Thank you for that introduction, Vera, and for all that you do to get our youngest New Jerseyans off to a great start in their education. Good morning, everybody. And good morning, class. And thank you for being with us here in Palisades Park, one of New Jersey's quintessential great communities at the Dr. Charles Smith Jr. Early Childhood Center. I'm joined today by the Acting Commissioner of the Department of Education, Dr. Angelica Allen McMillan. Incredibly honored to be with, again, second day in a row, with Chair and Senator and dear friend Teresa Ruiz. We have the Executive Director of Pre-K Our Way, Sam Crane, another dear friend. Mayor Chris Chung, to you and Council, thank you so much for welcoming us so graciously. Jason Kim is with us, who's the Chair of the Board of Education. Jason, nice to see you. Sue McBride from the NJEA in Bergen County is in the House. Assemblyman, soon-to-be Senator Gordon Johnson is with us. We were toured just now through this extraordinary place by the Superintendent of Palisades Park Public Schools, Dr. Joe Cirillo. Joe, thank you so much for your leadership. I also want to welcome all the educators here who were so generous in allowing us to go into their classroom and throughout this great community in this great county. I also want to give Principal Jillian Romero a shout out. Thank you. I always have to be nice to the principal. That harkens back to when I was in school. Never get cross wires with the principal. So Jillian, thank you. As I mentioned, I just took an incredible tour. Angelica, Senator Ruiz were with me of this facility and had the privilege of meeting some of New Jersey's youngest scholars at the very beginning of their educational career. And I will tell you right up front, the future is looking bright and full of possibility. From the very beginning, our administration has held access to quality education as a core value. We believe that a good education not only equips students with skills and knowledge, but that it ultimately has the power to change the trajectory of someone's life. We also know that increasing the general knowledge and vocabulary of a child, as Vera alluded to, before they enter the first grade is the single highest correlation with later success. And we know that access to high-quality pre-K doesn't just produce early readers, it builds a foundation for lifelong learning, teaching children skills they will use for the rest of their lives and setting them on a path toward successful and fulfilling careers. Quite plainly, education in general and pre-K in particular is one of our best opportunities to close the achievement gap for students who come from low-income and disadvantaged communities. And moreover, this is not just the right thing to do, it's the smart thing to do. Research shows that for every dollar invested in high-quality early childhood education, we gain more than $7 in economic returns over the long term. Investing in early childhood education just makes sense. So therefore, today, I am thrilled to be here with a two-part announcement regarding New Jersey's pre-K programs. First, today we are announcing that New Jersey will start on a path to universal pre-K for every 3- and 4-year-old in our state. And to ensure, amen. And to ensure our success, we have directed, under Angelica's leadership, the New Jersey Department of Education to create a strategic plan to get us there. The plan will provide a clear path to access for every district and include considerations for how we partner with existing child care centers to make this vision a reality. And if and when we receive funds through the American Families Plan, the next part of the federal infrastructure package, it will enhance our ability to move even more quickly toward this goal. The second part of today's announcement is the 4th consecutive year of expansion of the number of districts receiving pre-K funding under our administration, which represents, again, a down payment on getting us to reach this vision of a fully universal program. Today, we are awarding 19 school districts with $17 million in state funding to enhance quality pre-kindergarten programs throughout our state, increasing pre-kindergarten slots by 1,138 full-day seats. 10 districts are brand new programs, and 9 will be the expansions of existing pre-K programs. Palisades Park alone, Joe, I did the math, will get just under $700,000 toward this objective. And with today's announcement, we'll have funded over 9,000 new seats in about 140 new and expanded districts and increased pre-K funding by over 35% since taking office. I'm extremely proud of the work our administration has done to expand access to high-quality pre-K. It has been a central priority of our administration since day one, and the pandemic only made it more clear that access to high-quality, standards-aligned early childhood education is critically important. Further, investing in pre-K is how we intend to keep New Jersey a national leader in every field. Today, our 3- and 4-year-old scholars are learning what it means to be a part of a classroom of students, how to listen to their teachers, how to cooperate and share with their peers. It starts here by building stronger and fairer foundations for lifelong learning so that on the first day of kindergarten, every student is ready to take advantage of all that our best-in-the-nation school system has to offer. We are determined to make all the benefits of high-quality pre-K accessible to every New Jersey child, and today we are one step closer to that reality. Again, thank you so much for having me. It's now my honor to introduce a colleague in our administration, the Commissioner of the Department of Education, an outstanding leader, Dr. Angelica Allen McMillan.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Governor Murphy. I am ecstatic to join you today. Senator Ruiz and Mayor Chung, thank you for elevating the pivotal work of early childhood education. I would also like to thank Dr. Joseph Cirillo, Superintendent of Palisades Park Public Schools, and Mrs. Jillian Romero, Principal of the Dr. Charles Smith Early Childhood Center, for hosting us and for the dedication to our youngest students. Students excel in an environment that nurtures them. socially, emotionally, and academically. The classrooms we toured this morning exemplify the critical strategies necessary for the success of all students. I am excited to support the governor in his commitment to universal pre-K. I am also grateful for the continued investments in preschool education and pleased that districts like the Palisades Park Public Schools will have the ability to enhance early childhood education because of this investment. As Acting Commissioner of Education, I will use all available resources to forward the continuity, quality, and availability of early childhood education to all 3- and 4-year-old students across New Jersey, as I know these efforts are critical for the future of this great state. The Universal Pre-K Strategic Plan will guide the department on how to effectively expand preschool to all districts across the state and provide education for upwards of 90,000 additional children. Preschool education provides the building blocks our students need to accomplish future goals. The earlier students are able to access education, the more equitable are educational outcomes. I am confident in New Jersey's investment towards positively influencing future generations. Congratulations to the Palisades Park Public School District in committing to early childhood education, and I am elated to support the continued expansion of preschool programs throughout the state. Thank you.
Angelica, thank you for your leadership and on pre-K and on so many other fronts. And obviously we're back to school with all the excitement, but also the challenges that we have to work our way through here. But so far, so good, and thank you for your leadership. So it takes a village. We've heard that phrase before. I don't get to stand here and talk about $17 million to pre-K further expansion without extraordinary partners in the legislature. They have to send that my direction. I then sign it, and we stand here at this moment and we announce it. That's the way it works in our state, and that's a great model. We have a state that functions exceedingly well, particularly when we find common ground, and we overwhelmingly do as it relates to matters like our kids and education and what we need to do to continue to invest in this state. And there's no better partner than Senator Teresa Ruiz. Senator?
Good morning, everyone. So I did say for the preschool advocates who are here, they had heard me say before, a cornerstone of my launching campaign and foray into state Senate was to focus around education, in particular early childhood education, because there really wasn't a lens completely filtered on it. And I said, when New Jersey gets to universal preschool, I could retire. So I guess 10 years is about the time frame I have to get all the work done that I need to do. To the principal, the superintendent, the mayor, the school board member who's joining us here today, because school board members have extraordinary work. It's on a volunteer basis, and I know that they've had more dynamic meetings in the last several months than ever before. To my soon-to-be colleague, to our governor, to the commissioner of education, but most importantly to the teacher in the classroom. I stand before you because I know, outside of evidence-based facts and science and data, I know firsthand because I taught in a 4-year-old classroom. And I knew at that moment that it was adults who were failing children on a continuous basis. That if I could have taught them Mandarin Chinese at that age group, that they would pick it up. That if I could have introduced them to calculus and algebra the way we know how, and how we're integrating that in our curriculum in our 3- and 4-year-old classrooms, that it was my failure and inability to do specific things. And this was pre-Abbott, so it wasn't really as structured as it was. But then the courts, in their right mind, sent a direct message to the state. And I will tell you that in New Jersey, our ed spaces, there are some great avenues of excellence, and there are some avenues that need a lot of light, a lot of support, and a lot of resources. But one thing that we do, and we do well, and on a national level is recognized all the time, really coming from our urban centers, is early childhood education. And so today, you heard it already, for every dollar, anywhere from 7 to 13, it cuts down on remediation and retention. It expands and gives the opportunity for early language learners. My daughter had the same experience. We spoke specifically just Spanish because we wanted to be sure that she has that in her arsenal. And she's a 4-year-old kindergartner. She turns 5 in the next 2 weeks, as she continues to remind me and ask me if it's her birthday every single day. But you see the development of this little human being who, outside of an adult, only needs to get exposed to one thing once and they remember it. As an adult, we have to learn it 10 times. And I say to everybody, sometimes I have to learn it more than 15 because I'll be staring at someone and I've completely forgotten their name. But I am honored to be a team member in the power of this mission that the administration has really lifted up. We were able to put some money in the budget early on, and every year we have seen that double and triple with the mission and the goal to be sure that the most vulnerable children have an opportunity to go into a high quality setting and really then be prepared for the race of education at an equitable starting point. But I will say that all of this cannot be done without making sure that in this 10-year plan, we do it understanding that the current programs that are available are resourced and expanded, and that we think about even expansion from 0 to 3, because we know already that if we're not taking care of the mother and the infant and the child in the womb and the infant that comes out, and if we're not resourcing those areas with high quality daycare centers, that once that child goes into a 3-year-old program, they're already far behind, and the needle keeps getting pushed back. But what doesn't stop us is a governor and administration that's recognizing that we're going to pedal forward regardless as to what obstacles we have ahead. And look, we went into these classrooms, and this is not telling a story. It is hot in here. It is time for us to really have an honest conversation about our facilities, our school settings, who we are in New Jersey. We get touted as a powerhouse and #1. We have to be sure that all of our schools are outfitted with air conditioning so we can think about our school calendar in a different way. It shouldn't be 180 days. It should not be September to June. We have to think creatively outside the box. The one thing, key thing that COVID has reminded us, not shed a light on, reminded us, because for many of us who've been screaming for every pulpit that we possibly can, is that we need to make critical investments in infrastructure and in people and in human beings, and that capital investment will improve exponentially. But what it is also stated is that if we let our education programs collapse, that infrastructure is critically tied into having families go back to work. And so we cannot lose a classroom, we cannot lose a school, we cannot lose an early childhood program, because they're intimately tied to having that woman go back to work who was the most impacted during this time frame in the recession, she-session as it's called. That everything is intimately tied together. So today I am eager, I am happy, my clock starts running, I have 9 years to get everything done really quickly. I look forward to being a partner because I know part of this process is planning. It's not only supporting, but it's really having a very deliberative planning session. And I hope that in my 9 years, we can unveil a plan for the Department of Early Childhood, which is critically necessary in our state as well. To the commissioner, to the governor, to the members of the administration, and again, most importantly, to our teacher, you can never take a break during the day. It is the only career space where you can't say, I'll call the person back. Thank you for the work that you do, because you are doing God's work.
Great, as always, Senator, and you made a couple of points I want to underscore, other than we hope you're still at it in 2030. I will not be, but I hope you are still going strong. Number one, from 0 to 3, we were honored. We were together in Newark, a couple of months ago. I think we signed legislation which mandates home visits within 3 months after birth, and requiring one within 2 weeks after birth, which is a game changer. We know that works because the evidence says that. And as you said as a mom, as my wife said as a mom, you get handed the baby, 24 hours later you're going home and you're thinking, oh my God, do they know my level of expertise here? And secondly, your point about a she-session. This past 18, 19 months has clobbered us all, but it's particularly clobbered moms and working moms in particular. So whatever we could do There's lots of reasons why this makes sense, and that's yet another important one. Last but not least, Sam Crane's been with me at a bunch of these announcements. I think, Sam, this is our 4th year in a row, literally together making these announcements. He's the executive director of Pre-K Our Way. And he, as well as some other advocates here today who I want to, as a group, give a shout out to, they were at this, as was Senator Ruiz, long before I got here. But the good news is we've finally been able to move that needle. Each and every year we've been here, we're moving the needle. More districts, right? And by the way, the 140 districts, in addition to being the right thing to do for our kids, because they're our most precious asset, and Chris, you'll know this, it's a game changer for what happens, right, Joe, in the housing market. Where do young families want to live, and where do they want to bring their kids up? This is now a huge factor in where people choose to live. And the hope would be, by the end of the decade, I hope sooner, that the entire state screams that out. That it's not a question of Pal Park versus some other community in Bergen County, but it's a question of, hey, New Jersey in its entirety offers pre-K, and that is a game changer at the state level. So with that, please help me welcome the aforementioned Sam Crane.
Everybody cited how difficult it's been the last 18 or 19 months. So my suggestion is, if you're having a bad day, you go to a pre-K center, because there's never a bad day with 3- and 4-year-olds, and it'll bring a smile to your face. I represent Pre-K Our Way. We were formed 5 years ago. We're a nonprofit, nonpartisan advocacy program with a clear purpose to make New Jersey's excellent pre-K, high quality, state funded, to bring it to more districts and make it a statewide priority. As the governor said, today represents another year, Governor, and another success story, another expansion. And this is school districts, as much as I love being in Palisades Park today, from the tip of Cape May all the way to the New York border and on the Delaware River. Everybody is represented. There is no doubt that pre-K expansion is a recognized statewide priority. Our state has made real progress in making that happen by doing high-quality, state-funded, full-day pre-K throughout New Jersey. Just a few years ago, there were 35 districts. As the governor's pointed out, he has said another 140 have been added. And he has a plan to get us to universal. But none of this happens. Today does not happen without leadership. And it's not it's educational leaders and whatever. But in this case, I want to thank Governor Murphy, Senate President Sweeney, Speaker Coughlin, my good friend Senator Ruiz, and all the members of the legislature who have provided the support for this program in a consistent way over the last few years. The final point, the expansion of pre-K is and will continue to be a uniquely New Jersey success story, something we should all be proud of. And it will bring a more successful future for our 3- and 4-year-olds, leading to a more successful state in which to live and work. Governor, thank you. Thank you for having us today, and thank you for the beautiful music we've heard all day long. Thank you.
That's it. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Joe and Jillian, for hosting us. Vera, thank you to you and your fellow educators, Sue and your team, all the advocates, Jason, Chris, one of the great mayors, Gordon Johnson, God bless you. Great to see you here as well. And thank you all. This is a big day in New Jersey, and thank you for joining us on this occasion. Be well.